everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, today's message is love spells. And are they dangerous? Love spells. All right, before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of the video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them privately through the email, or I will share them online with the collective, and it can be your decision. Now, those of you who are interested in these caps, they are available in my online store, and you find a link in the description. Now it's time for our daily affirmation, and here it is. I am aligning with my soul purpose. My life is just beginning. I am aligning with my soul purpose. My life is just beginning. Okay, everybody, let this sink deep into your spirit today. Align with your soul purpose, and your life will begin to blossom. Okay? So let this be a blessing to you today. I am aligning with my soul purpose. My life is just beginning. All right, people. Now it's time for movement. This is the second part of the exercise that we do every day, just to keep our blood circulating and keep our minds on the right track. Okay? So today's movement is going to be 2 and 5 of each. And we're going to do some neck movements today. Okay? Going to do this. That's 1. Okay? All right. You ready? Let's go 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Sit up straight. 4 and 5. Okay, how's that feel? Now let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. 5. Okay. All right. How does that feel in your neck? Yeah, just to loosen up those muscles in your neck today. All right. Okay. Now let's dive into the message today. And I did pull a video, love spells. Let's look at the video, and then we're going to talk about it. All right. Here we go.
Can we have a conversation about this trending foolishness called love spells? The obvious question is, what would possess you literally to make you want to be with somebody who doesn't want you? Why would you dare settle for someone who thinks that they're settling for you? Why would you want to possess someone who wants to be free from you? Hear me, that is the evidence of insanity. I'm not talking about writing on the wall with feces insanity. I'm talking about making a deal with the devil insanity. Because quite frankly, I don't think that there's anybody on the face of this earth, and I do mean anybody, that's worth going to hell for. But some people do. Let's talk about it. Now, first and foremost, while love spells are trending today, they're not new. They're actually older than me. I remember growing up in Mississippi and hearing about all of the nasty and creative things that women would do. And I dare not to mention, because there are some women on here who are broken, who are still looking for ideas. But I remember hearing about the things that women would do to try to hold on to a man who was elusive. I'm talking about witchcraft. And many of those ladies are no longer with us because they didn't understand what love spells do to men or to women. They didn't understand that they were actually employing demons. And by employing, I mean that demons have wages. They'll do the job for you, but they want something back in return. And it is almost always something you can't afford. Your soul, firstborn, your ring finger, the next 5 generations of your bloodline. I'm not talking about either or. All too often they want quite a bit. But the average person is ignorant to this because they don't realize that they're entering into a contractual agreement. And what do we do with contracts? We sign them and we don't read the small print. We are completely ignorant of the term. We just know that we have a payment date and we know how much we got to repay. And we know that our wages can be garnished. But we are totally ignorant to the penalties. The same is true for witchcraft. Most people who practice it or engage in it don't realize what they're going to pay for it in the end. Remember, God tells us before you build a thing, count the cost. Let me make it plain. It's very similar to poverty. The poverty spirit makes you rob your future self and future generations to satisfy your emotions today. So your homegirl goes out and gets herself a new car. You like all the praise she's getting. You want it for yourself. So you go get yourself a car that you can't afford. Paying those high car notes, that unbearable insurance, and all for what? Just so you can be praised by people. Just so somebody can look at you the same way you looked at your friend girl. But the future you has to pay for that. The future you will be stressed out. The future you will be trying to hide that car from the repo man. The future you will be dealing with the garnishment. That's if you don't pay it off. But that's how witchcraft works. It's robbing the you of tomorrow or robbing the next generation of their peace, their joy, or whatever it is that God has for them, just so you can satisfy a desire today. But let's go here. How do you know if somebody is using a love spell against you? Ready? You can't seem to get them off of your mind, or you may start having dreams about them. I'm talking about intimate dreams. And let's be clear, by love spells, I don't necessarily mean that they got a portion or they consulted with a witch. This might make you rethink your life. But a spell is nothing but words. This is where we get the word spelling. Did you know that when someone is love bombing you, they're casting a spell on you? Because we are words, we are affected by words. This is why the power of life and death are in our tongue. So if you avail yourself to be love bombed, you will find yourself getting high. That high feeling is what we call being in love, but it is actually the evidence of you being under that spell. Being in love is a social construct. A spell is nothing but the rearranging of words to affect the human mind.
Okay, let's read this letter that this young lady sent in, and we're going to talk about this issue of love spells. She says, one of my co-workers' girlfriend brought him some spaghetti for lunch. He took the container of spaghetti and slammed it on the ground in front of her face and began cussing her out in that Jamaican tone and dialect. Later, he was telling all of us that his mother always told him not to eat except red foods from women. Okay, something about love spells and period blood. I was just wondering, is this really true? Yeah, from my understanding, it is true. It's black magic. From what I understand, yes, it it's true. And if she had done this and he ate it, like what would that do to him? And what about other love spells with candle work, etc.? Okay. The thing about love spells, remember, these spells inflict on a person's free will. Okay, and that's what's wrong about it. That's why it's black magic, because it infringes on someone else's free will. All right? And again, like the lady said in the video, why would you want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you? So why would you put a spell on them just to be with you? And you know it's not real. You know it's not real. And I don't know how long these spells last. You know, I'm not really into putting spells on people, but I do realize that you can speak a spell. Okay? Your words are so powerful until you can speak a spell on someone. I do know that. And you should be careful of that. Now, people from different parts of the country practice these spells on a regular basis. Okay, just like this guy knows something about red dishes or whatever. I don't practice black magic. Somebody else will have to tell you about that. But I do know that these love spells infringes on a person's free will. And that's where the danger lies. Because remember, people, whatever you put out is going to come back to you. Okay? So you don't want to put out anything that you wouldn't want put on you. Okay? That's what you should do. If you fall for a person that doesn't care for you, your best bet is to leave it alone and move forward. Move on with your own life. But any kind of a spell that you put on a person is not a good thing, because karma will come back to you. You don't want to indulge in that sort of activity at all. Okay, any kind of spells that you want to put on people to get people to want to be with you and all of that, no, it's not a good thing. There's a price to pay when you put these spells out. All right, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to pay the price. So my advice is to come away from that. Now, the thing about this is it's a cultural thing that he knew about. So I'm not of that culture. So it's not much I can speak on that. But I can say, in my opinion, that is not a good thing to inflict these spells, because really you are tampering with someone else's free will when you put these spells on them. So if you don't want these spells to backfire on you and bring negativity into your life, it's best that you stay away from this sort of activity. Okay? I hope you understand, and I really hope that that helps you. Now, we did have another letter here, and let's see what she says. She entitled her letter, "Suffered a Relapse." Back in August 2021, I ended my engagement to my on-again, off-again narcissist. After meeting in 2019, there were numerous disappearing acts from him. Every time I would take him back without explanation. He moved in with me in February 2021, and he was quick to ask me to get married. That's a narcissist. They move very quickly. My first mistake was letting him move in, and things quickly went downhill. I returned the ring in August and threw him out. He was constantly on social media. His phone was always in protective mode. And I had enough of the secrecy. Yeah, he was just using you. And good that you spotted it right off. Yeah, he was definitely using you. Since that time, I have relocated to another state, stayed no contact, and tried to break this hold from this man, the soul tie. Recently, he reached out, and I fell for the BS lines because you're still tied to him. You must heal and break that soul tie so that you don't feel that draw to even listen to his nonsense. You won't even bother to listen to him. He mentioned how he was so hurt that I called off the wedding and that I was his true love. If he's a narcissist, narcissists don't love anyone. But he'll lie. He'll lie to get back into your home and into your life. Someone in my inner circle shared with me that he married someone soon after our scheduled date to get married. Yeah, because he had to have that supply. Narcissists, when they marry somebody, it's like they have secured a supply. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to be the only supply. It just means that they secured you as a supply. Okay? I asked him about it, And he just ignored the question. Yeah, it sounds like it. I let 2 years of repair go down the drain for 20 minutes of pleasure. I'm so disappointed in myself, and I don't know why I did this. I need to start over and need your help and advice on how to do this. Pull back and be celibate. You're going to need to get on your spiritual journey and start your meditations to heal from narcissists. Okay? You got to heal from it. You can't just be away from it and think it's okay. Number one, because the narcissist is always going to come back and draw on that soul tie that he has with you to bring you back to him. Okay? So if you heal from it, you can break that soul tie and not feel that draw anymore. Okay? I am a professional in the work world, but can't break free from this monster. It's because you're tied to him. How can I be so weak with this and feel so much disappointment in my decision? I thought that I could stand strong in my repair work, but clearly I haven't done enough. Well, you just had a setback. And believe me, when I was with the narcissist, I had at least one setback that I remember with the narcissist. But after that setback, that was it. That was it. I was celibate for a while after the discard. I mean, it could have been, about up to 6 months. I was doing well. But then the narcissist came back with his sad stories and his puppy eyes. And before you know it, here we were again, having sex. Okay, I broke my celibacy to be with the narcissist again. Well, during this time, I didn't realize what I was dealing with. You see, I didn't realize that he was an evil being. I didn't realize that he was a narcissist. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even know what a narcissist was. I had just begun my spiritual journey. And I hit a snag. Okay? And it happens. It happens. But when it happens, just start again. Just start again. Start your affirmations, your meditations, and celibacy. Stay on your path. Stay on it. The longer that you're on it, the stronger that you will become. And plus, you'll be breaking that soul tie that you have with that demonic energy on your spiritual path. That's the way out. And that's the only way to break this. Because unless you do, the narcissist will continue to come back, continue to use you, continue to fool you, continue to destroy you. You must heal from it, to break that soul tie, to break it all together, to become spiritually strong and be protected against toxicity and negativity that will continue to come to you to try to bring you back into that evilness. You see, that evilness. This low vibration wants to keep you right here. And when you try to rise out, it's always going to be somebody to try to pull you back down. Whether it's that narcissist, another art narcissist, a toxic person, it doesn't matter. Someone will always try to bring you right back down into this low vibration. Be strong, people, and be diligent. Love yourself, know yourself, and continue to ascend. That is the answer. Love spells can be performed by anybody. You can put a love spell on someone by just focusing on that person, maybe verbalizing something about that person. You want that person. You need that person. You want that person to love you. That's a spell. You don't need candles. You don't have to be in the dark. You don't have to be with blood or pentagrams or whatever to cast a love spell. A love spell can be cast in simple ways. But the thing about a love spell, what makes it wrong is that you are infringing on another person's free will. That's what makes it wrong. And that's what makes it black magic. Because you are inflicting on someone else's free will. Okay? And it could be harmful to that other person. And see, in black magic, you don't care who's hurt in the process. You just want what you want. That's black magic. Okay? And that's what makes these love spells dangerous. You could put a love spell on a person that's already committed to someone else. It's harmful to his family for you to do something like that. And why would you put these love spells on people that don't want you? That's why you would put it on there. For somebody you don't feel like you can get naturally. Or someone who is not attracted to you naturally, you're going to put a spell on them. Now, I know there are cultures who who really are deep into this. Okay? Deep into the love spells. But personally, I think it's the wrong thing to do. I think it's the wrong thing to do. I think you're asking for big trouble if you engage in this type of activity. Okay? I think it's wrong. These love spells can backfire on you. And remember, whatever you put out in the world, it's going to come back to you in some way. Okay? And it may not be in the way that you think, the way that you expect, the way that you want. It may be very detrimental to you when it comes back to you. So people be very careful about what you put out into the universe, because these kind of spells can be spoken. You see, you don't have to be in the dark, lighting candles, reading little seances or what. You don't have to do all that. You can speak it. You can speak these spells. So just be careful. Your words are extremely powerful. People, it's all spiritual. It's all energy. And I hope that you understand the message today and just be aware of certain things. Okay? All right. I hope that the message today helped someone, and I really hope that you understand it. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here is the link. Send your questions to Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. That's Miss Faye's World, YT, at hotmail.com. And try to keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And for those of you who haven't been keeping up with the channel, my previous email was deleted by some hacker. And so this is the new email, Miss Faye's World, YT, for YouTube, at hotmail.com. So send your letters here, and we're good to go. All right. Now, to show my appreciation to you for supporting this channel, I will be giving away a deck just like this one to one of you lucky subscribers once this channel hits 100,000. And every day we just get a little bit closer. So this is a 53 Oracle card deck. And I will be announcing the winner right here on the channel once we hit that number. So keep watching and good luck to all of you. I want to thank you so much for your comments, for your letters, and a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you much happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.